What is going on, everyone? My name's Boyd, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action spawning in the left side of the map in the blue color, playing as Isis. His name is OGNENNYJ. His opponent today in the red color, playing as Odin. His name is Suppe. A bowl of soup. I made that joke, but he is actually... he's told me he's a bowl of soup, and we'll continue with that theme as this game progresses. We've got Isis versus Odin on Savannah with really, really good hunt. So there's a couple of situations where Isis is super good, and this is one of them, where you only have really one location where you have to defend. And if you can defend it, then you're golden. He's also got this talent center here, which makes it really, really simple to grab this hunt here. 8 giraffes means you can easily get 2 talent center, 8-minute 8-minute heroic age, which is really, really helpful and useful. And then you can follow that up with an Ancestors Eclipse on the economy of a Norse player and really, really slow them down in order to make yourself put yourself in a really good position to win the game. Other options would be Anubis here with this hunt. Super good. You got 1,000 food in your base with the 2 rhinoceros, which is plenty to get the 2 monuments, temple, 4:30 advance time. You get the second monument while you're advancing. And then you can go Anubi rating and see how you go. And follow that up with this hunt here with either Spearman, or if your opponent goes 2 town center, semi-fast mythic. And then make Phoenix and feel great. Okay, so we'll see, and we've even got Soup in the chat. So we'll see. Let's see if he's got some comments about how broken this game is, or about how broken Odin is with his Winter Harvest and his Frost. Getting off both of these rhinoceros here, almost losing a villager. A little bit sad. Now the temple's coming up for OGNENNYJ. Looks like he is going for the far second town center. Has he spotted his hunt? Yeah, has he spotted his hunt? He's spotted. Oh, that's Soup. He hasn't spotted the town center, but he has spotted the giraffe. So he may be going for this town center, which is a really, really big mistake if he's going for a far second town center. We'll see how this is going to go for OGNENNYJ. She's Rhino, unfortunately, falling. OGNENNYJ, sorry. Is Rhino falling a little bit too far away from the granary here. So he's losing out on a lot of early food. But it should be about a 4-minute advance time here for OGNENNYJ. Or 4-minute 15. And Soup, on the other hand, he's going Heimdall. Ooh. I kind of love this in this but also I kind of hate it against Isis. Because normally you're like, yeah, go Heimdall. But Isis just builds a monument, and then you're sad because you can't use your god power. But this will be interesting. Soup does love his rushes, and he does have this relic here, the Blanket of Empress Zoe. It's not the best relic in this situation. He's also got a System of Bast over here, but I'm not sure either player has spotted that. He has spotted that one, so we'll see if he wants to go over, dedicate the time to getting that relic there to save him a lot of resources in the future. Which god is OGNENNYJ going? He's going through Anubis, but no monument Anubis. There's the monument to the villagers coming up. Villagers probably going to move forward onto this location here. One way you can defend against these rushes as Isis is you can just put everything onto gold, cast prosperity, and make priests. Priests and Pharaoh early pretty much completely destroys any sort of crazy big push here, and we do see some priests coming out for OGNENNYJ already, which is going to be huge. And Anubis just about to pop as well. As the Ursa popping in here. The Anubite going to come out immediately. This is a lot of damage that Soup is going to be able to do, but he's being denied immediately as the Longhouse is coming down. No immediate barracks coming up just yet, or armory, so not sure what the plan is just yet, but the monument is up. That's going to deny any sort of Heimdall action, or undermine action, I guess. You see the Hersa going to turn around or onto the Anubite here. And a nice micro by OGNENNY, keeping that Anubite alive with 13 HP. Going to be able to heal that one back up very, very simply. And he does pick off one of those Hersa. We're starting to see some Axemen getting built. So Super's going to have to build raiding cavalry here, as the Anubite is moved all the way back home. So only one barracks here from OGNENNY. I'd like to see two in this situation. It's kind of similar to the Norse player who's going pure Ulfsuck. You kind of need two barracks to make it all work with your economy. With this many villages, make those two barracks and go, unless you've got other plans like a second monument or something like that. And there's the Anubite almost back up to full HP. The priest coming over onto this location to clear out the Raven, as that OGNENNY is coming in. Suppe and Rappel both play Odin, and I got them confused. Damn. As the house is coming up, and we see the Pharaoh coming over here. All units coming out. I love the Spearmen, Axemen here. You do have to be really careful with these units to make sure they are attacking the right unit. Because if the Spearmen hit something that's not a raiding cavalry, it's not so bad. But if the Axemen hit a raiding cavalry, you really lose your DPS in the battle. It's 300% of DPS there as well. So really, really important to get that going. Now, I'm starting to see the villagers spamming over onto this gold mine. No attempt at getting a pickaxe or anything like that. So we'll see if that's going to hurt him or not. We'll see a second barracks now on the way for OGNENNY. You can see he's floating some resources. Coming up to 10 favor. He does have access to Plague of Serpents as well, so that can help a ton. The Anubite getting chased down. There's the Plague of Serpents going behind. Looks like the Anubite will get sniped there by Suppe, immediately pulling the Hersa back to pick off these snakes in the back here. But it's looking like OGNENNY should be able to push through and win this fight here, even though most of those serpents will fall. We'll see if Suppe is going to start spamming OGNENNY or something here. But it's looking like he doesn't really have anything to deal with those priests and Pharaoh just yet. He needs a couple more raiding cavalry to get onto those around the back. Maybe drop these units out and try and hit them or something. We will see Suppe managing to pull back and stay alive for the time being. Now we see OGNENNY can start taking down the houses and taking down this forward base. We'll see if he stops building units. No, he's still pumping out those units. He wants to go full population probably. Armory going to be on the way. Lots of goat here, but he does need to start getting that wood income, which is happening right now. So nice play from OGNENNY. Suppe in a little bit of a problem here. He needs to figure out how he's going to get back into this game. You see he's got those throwing axemen coming out of the longhouse. He's got raiding cavalry coming out here. 53 population to 68. So it's fairly close, but the unit advantage is definitely in OGNENNY's favor. There's Suppe coming over here to chuck up this longhouse. And we'll see where OGNENNY's going to go. See this hunt here getting all eaten up by Suppe. So even though he's losing these longhouses and stuff, this is kind of fine for Suppe. And even though the score differential does look like it's favoring OGNENNY quite a bit, I don't think Suppe's going to mind too much being in this position. But we'll see what he's going to be able to have happen here. You can see he's coming around onto the back here. Attempt to take out these priests. There's a raiding cavalry coming in. He does have access to a forest fire, so if he can get a good surround near the forest, he should be able to pick off a bunch of these units with a oh, sorry. He's got undermine. And now the temple can get taken down by Suppe. By OGNENNY, and the OGNENNY here was built, unfortunately not ejected in time, and will get cleaned up. That's a big unit there to be losing. He's just happily eating these giraffes over here, and OGNENNY is in a fantastic position. Almost full population, probably time to cut building units and go next age. He can go either Nephthys or Hathor here. Hathor's a great pick as well because you can get the locust onto a gold mine or something with all these units and get huge path blockage action. We've got a ton of longhouses now out for Suppe. 80 population. He's starting to get a very quality army here, to be honest. And he can probably win this fight at this point with some good micro.
Yo.
And he's got so many longhouses, so he can spam quite a bit. But I think OGNENNYJ going to be able to get. He's starting to build some units, getting those upgrades. No slingers out, so these throwing axemen in the back are going to do a lot of damage. And Suppe deciding to retreat here when he probably could win this fight fairly easily, just because of that fact that there is no slingers here. And now we're starting to see some slingers coming out in order to deal with this. A new bite coming through. The new bite's going to be huge because it can jump in onto those throwing axemen and distract those throwing axemen quite a bit. So we'll see if OGNENNYJ can make that micro happen or not. Pharaoh coming off here. Going to be able to push in. And there's the Unubite starting to jump in. He wants to jump in onto this location. You can see those throwing axemen here. They need to be targeting something that not named Guardian Unubite. And there we go. Suppe does notice that. They're also going to come in, going to snipe that Guardian Unubite. As this fight is pretty chaotic. Hard to tell who's going to win this one. Those things need to be targeting down the throwing axemen. But Suppe not microing at all here. He needs to essentially just have those throwing axemen attack units not named Guardian Unubite. And finally the Unubite does die here. And it's looking like Suppe lost way too much DPS there. There's not that many units remaining. Imagine just if that micro was a little bit better here from Suppe, but it just doesn't happen. Well played there by OGNENNYJ, but he has not managed to quite win the fight yet. And he's going to be pushed back yet again as Suppe may actually be able to go for some sort of a gold staff here. As OGNENNYJ is just about out of gold. He's snuck this gold mine down here, though, which is huge. If we check out Suppe's perspective, he knows there's a gold here, he knows there's a gold here, he knows there's a gold here, and over here. But his ravens have seemingly been picked off, it looks like, because he's got no temple up. So he's lost his map hacks. So OGNENNYJ is going to be able to get away with murder here. Both players sitting at 79 population. And Suppe just running out of gold for the time being. 21 villagers on food, though. He's left this rhino here as well for some reason, and this hunt. Just happily eating his goats when he's got quite a bit of food left over. A little bit peculiar there. Now we see an armory coming up for Suppe, ready to go heroic age. OGNENNYJ, on the other hand, still pumping those units out, looking to go for a second town center. Now the wall popping up for Suppe. I like that wall in order to keep him alive. There's the prosperity, but this gold mine is going to be expired. So he does have 13 villages over here, but the big thing about prosperity is, like, hold on. Let me just hit this button. You get 80% extra gold gather rate on that prosperity. So you want, when you cast prosperity, to basically get as many villages on the gold as you possibly can. Honestly, it's almost worth it to just pull these villages off of food here and throw them over to gold if you're in the heroic age. But only 13 there for OGNENNYJ is a little bit unfortunate. Now we see the slingers trying to target this down. Will we see Suppe getting to the heroic age anytime soon? OGNENNYJ not going to be there because he's going for a second town center. The armory is up. There's the resources there, and he's going to go through Skadi. Town center will be up though, so Suppe's got his work cut out for him here. Though he does have access to sort of stronger late game with Heimdall with the safeguard. Those towers can be very brutally difficult to deal with. Villagers moving over here, going to be grabbing that large gold mine. So many gold mines in this position here. This town center is going to be able to help out so much. But OGNENNYJ, he's in a bit of a predicament here. So we'll see how he's going to go. I mean, Suppe's in a bit of a predicament here. See how he's going to go. Because OGNENNYJ should be able to hold anything at this point, given how much advantage he's managed to accrue this game. Suppe does have the option of maybe rushing Mythic Age, though, because OGNENNYJ went 2 town centers. He's got the time to rush Mythic Age and maybe go tier here instead of Baldur, because he's already set up with medium Axeman, which then means heavy Axeman is very simple to get. And spamming those Axemen out is going to be pretty easy. But there's the Skadi. And Soup should be able to wrap around here, frost this, and potentially kill all these villagers if he can get in there. But we'll see what he wants to try and do. Looks like he's got 1,000 food in the bank. Is there a market anywhere? Ooh, big raids coming in. The Anubite's able to take down an ox cart and a couple of villages here. This is really, really big for Ognenny. These Anubites are so hard to deal with. Starting to see the raids coming in. The Slinger's already dealing tons of damage. Soup not paying attention over here. This damage that these Anubites can do is just so big, as we see the ox cart getting taken down here as well. As Soup does manage to get his hill fort up in the face of Soup. We see a monument to the priest coming down in an effort to prevent frost. Will this get up or not? Will he see it? Let's check this. He sees the monument. He's not going to be fast enough here. Monument's priest goes down. He can cast Ancestors now. And there's no way to stop it. There's no way for Soup to cast Frost here. And he's going to have to retreat. And he's lost so many units over here. It looks like the one Frost Giant will be able to take down these 2 Guardian Anubites, though. At least probably should be able to. I'm not 100% sure. And we will see Ognenny retreating with one of those. And there's the Frost here. Not hitting every unit, though. Only hitting some of those. Because Ognenny's got a couple of slingers in the back here. He's going to be moving back in, trying to take down this town center. He's in a really nice position here to kill this one down, especially with that portable ram. So we'll see how he's going to go. We do have a Scorpion Man over here. And then the unit's just going to be flowing in for Soup, who's just pumping those portable rams out in an effort to take down this town center. The portable rams are so very, very weak, though. 2 villages. And a nice marker there instantly by Soup to pull back away from those villagers. He'll try and keep these alive for as long as he can. And they just really don't do all that much damage, but they will eventually take this town center down. Though the frost is just about to finish up here, and Soup's only at 100 population compared to Ognenny, who's at 132 population here. So it's not looking like this push is going to work too well here for Soup. But he will try and take this down. We see one villager here going after this portable ram. Portable ram will just be able to take down this town center. It looks like it's going to be fairly close. And now Soup should stop producing those portable rams. Now that he's taken the town center down and start making Huskar, which is exactly what he's going to be doing here. And now he's retreating back, done the damage, able to pull back. Ognenny might be on his way to the Mythic Age fairly soon as well, though. He's got the farm set up. Economic upgrades looking decent. Bowsaw, irrigation, quarry. And the town center going to attempt to come back up here for Ognenny, who's already got his second over here as well. Throwing up the market here. As Soup is in a little bit of problems with the economic situation after those Anubite raids. Priest's able to do tons of damage here. Does he have funeral rites? No funeral rites. Does make me a little bit sad. That upgrade is so key in this matchup. So Frost Giant's just going to keep piling in here, but Soup at 73 population right now. 69 population. 1,700 food in the bank. I feel like if Soup was a little bit more patient on this push and tried to get Mythic Age and do that instead, he might have been in a bit of better position now, but it's not looking like this is working out too well for Soup. He does have the option of attempting a Ragnarok push. We see the Anubite getting targeted there immediately. Soup continuously pushing back in here, but he just doesn't have the units to deal with what Ognenny's got here. And Ognenny just needs to get Mythic Age at this point, and he should be in a fairly simply winning position. We see the villagers moving forward, grabbing this town center instead of that. Siege towers coming through as well, going to attempt to start taking down the hill fort here. Breeze going right after that Frost Giant. Do they have funeral rites? Yeah, no they don't, but look at the damage they do regardless. And just imagine, this Frost Giant would have been dead very, very easily there with funeral rites, but not going for it. And there's just too many units here for Ognenny, and the siege tower pushes in. Be able to take down this hill fort as well. Frost Giant does fall there. The town center comes up for Ognenny. 3 town centers going on 4 town centers. And Soup does decide to tap out there in the 17th minute here. Nice play by Ognenny. Good defense of the Heimdall rush. Soup playing a little bit too aggressively here. I think he was kind of in an okay position until this fight that happened here. And that a new bite just distracting the throwing axeman. And Soup not taking good control over that. It's literally the only micro you have to do in those fights is your throwing axemen need to be attacking the right unit, because your raiding cavalry are just there to soak damage. And Hersa, you can click onto the Anubites, but after that you don't have to touch them anymore. You just micro those throwing axemen as best as you can. You should have won that fight there and been in a good position, but he didn't do it. And Ognenny did manage to take that advantage that he garnered from that fight and take it home here. So well played. Nice try by Suppe. I think he also had the opportunity to get a Mythic Age timing here, but no attempt at that either. He did manage to take the town center down, but I don't think he was ready for that monument to the priests to come up and block his frost. That's what he was banking on. He had to pull back, get that frost there. It just wasn't going to work. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed this game, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys in the next game.